Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. Today we're going to be going over the latest episode of The Oval, episode number 16, called The Dangerous Game. So, of course, the episode picks up right where we left off with Lilly in the closet or the bathroom or whatever it was in Don's office. And she comes out and catches the guys in the act, or kind of like she heard what was going on, all right? So she wants to know how long Kyle has been messing with her husband. Kyle says you should talk to your husband, but Lilly wants to hear it from him. Aren't you man enough to answer it? Anyway, so she eventually slaps the taste out of Kyle's mouth when she remembers how he came to her house that night trying to act like he was her friend and like he wanted to help her. So Don is holding her back and Kyle is like, "Sir, you better get her." Anyway, so Kyle tries to leave, but Lilly blocks the door. So she simply just wants answers at this point, okay? But Kyle is serious about moving Lilly out the way. He grabs Lilly and covers her mouth, telling Don that he can keep Lilly quiet by putting her to sleep. In my opinion, guys, I feel like Kyle would take pleasure in physically hurting Lilly because he's jealous of her. But it makes no sense to be jealous of her because Don doesn't want her. Anyway, so once Don finally gets Lilly to calm down and Kyle to let her go, Lilly goes, "So who did the president kill?" And Kyle says, "I really wish you wouldn't have said that." So Lilly says, "What you gonna do?" Anyway, so Kyle says to Don, "This is who you want? This simple chick from Watts?" And he didn't say chick either. You know what he said. Anyway, so he says to Lilly, "If you leave this room, you better make sure you don't remember what was said in here." So Lilly says, "You don't scare me." And Kyle tells her, "Then you're a fool because you have no idea." Anyway, Don really did not do a good job at defending Lilly or anything for that matter. He even let Kyle kiss on him in front of her. Like Kyle was saying, "You don't love her. Come be with me," and that's still Don's wife, okay? So for him to let all of that go on, it was just like, wow, you can't even show the lady some respect. But he just let Kyle talk while he stood there with the stupid look on his face. But anyway, once Lilly leaves, Kyle tells Don that he knows what they have to do about Lilly because she knows about someone dying in the White House. But Don says, "No, I can't let you do that." But he also tells him that he will do it himself if it comes to that. Next, Priscilla and Nancy finally get to the pharmacy, and Sharon tells Nancy that Barry lost control of the car and Richard has been taken to the hospital. So Nancy is like, "Oh gosh, we gotta go." So while she gets in the car, Sharon pulls Priscilla to the side to tell her what's really going on, that Richard was shot and Barry is in jail. But she asks that Priscilla doesn't tell Nancy this until they get to the hospital because she doesn't want her to have an asthma attack. So next, we have the nastiest scene ever with Lilly arriving at Bobby's hotel to kick some chick out who Bobby was actively screwing before Lilly knocked on the door. So Bobby co-signs with Lilly and tells the girl to leave as well. And pretty much as soon as the girl leaves, Lilly and Bobby are having sex. And it was just like, really? She came there to tell Bobby that everything about Don was true, and then she had a Halle Berry and Monsters Ball situation, make me feel better type of moment, right? And jumps on the guy. And it's so disgusting because he was literally just inside another woman, and it appears that it was without a condom. So that was just crazy and reckless on both of their parts. Like, what's really going on, guys? It seems like nobody's wearing condoms around here. I don't even think she wore a condom with the dude when they had sex on the plane. And he didn't, because he did mention, remember, how he was saying that he exploded inside of her and everything, if y'all remember that episode. Anyway, so next, back at the White House, Hunter goes into the bedroom to talk to Victoria. He tells her that Denise was there, and Victoria's like, "Yeah, I know. That chick obviously doesn't learn." So he was like, "And you like to teach lessons?" Because he's still trying to figure out if Victoria has something to do with killing Denise. But after talking to her long enough, he realizes that Victoria doesn't have a clue about what happened to Denise. Next, Nancy and Priscilla arrive at the hospital, and Nancy finds out that Richard was shot. And of course, she starts to panic. But she's also confused because she doesn't understand how he got shot or why. She also wants to know where Barry is, but Priscilla doesn't fill her in on that. Instead, she calls Sam and tells him what's going on, and he lets her know that he's on his way. Next, Hunter tells Don that Victoria didn't kill Denise. He says, "I can't believe it." But in last week's episode, he was also certain that it was Victoria's mother who had something to do with it. So my thing is, if he sees now that Victoria didn't do it, he should go back to suspecting her mother, Maud. Anyway, so I want to mention that I really appreciated the prayer that Priscilla and Nancy had at the hospital. It was very heartfelt to me, and the woman that plays Nancy is a good actress. Anyway, so next, Victoria is watching the news, and she finds out that Denise was found dead somewhere in the hood. And get this, guys. They said that Denise was an ex-prostitute and was currently being investigated on child trafficking charges. And I was like, what's that all about? Anyway, so Victoria goes into the Oval to confront Hunter, who was already watching the news clip with Don. She tells Don to leave and then says to Hunter, "What did you do?" And Hunter says, "I didn't do anything. You just saw it on the news, right? That means I ain't do nothing." So she says, "You were with a prostitute?" And Hunter says, "Yeah, but I didn't know." So she tells him that he's lying, and if this thing comes back to bite them, she's going to turn Hunter over to her father. Okay, so I'm ready to meet this father, guys, okay? We heard his voice on the phone when he spoke to Victoria before. We keep hearing about him, and we know he's a big shot. So I'm just ready to meet this guy already. So on another note, have you guys noticed that we haven't seen Hunter do anything presidential since he's been in office? I just thought I'd point that out. Anyway, so next, Detective Jake sees that Barry is back down at the station, and at this point, he just wants to know how Sam could vouch for this kid. So he calls Sam and tells him that he's not letting Barry go this time. And Sam says, "I don't want you to." But when Sam tells Jake that if things blow up in their faces, to lay it all on him, Jake says, "No, I'll try to manage it." Because Jake doesn't want Sam to lose his job, but he just wished that at this point he didn't listen to Sam. But Jake did tell Sam that he's getting deeper and deeper in debt. So that means that we can probably expect that Sam is going to have to pay Jake back in a really big way. Next, Sam is at the hospital and he tells Nancy the whole truth, that Barry is in jail and he drove the truck into the store on purpose, and that Richard got shot due to Barry and Kareem fighting over a gun. So Nancy is just livid and she can't take any more and just wants Sam to stop talking. And at this point, everybody is wondering what the heck is mentally wrong with Barry. Next, Lilly finally gets home and she starts packing a suitcase so she can move out. But Don finally opens up to her about him and Kyle. He tells her that he's bisexual and it was about attraction with Kyle. So Lilly asks Don if he loves Kyle. And Don says, "I did. But then I met you and I love you." But Lilly ain't trying to hear that, okay? And she tells Don that it's over and she's filing for divorce in the morning. Don tries to warn her that doing this, especially in the public way, would be a grave mistake. He tells Lilly that he knows some very powerful people and needs to look a certain way in the White House. But long story short, Lilly doesn't care about any of that. In fact, she stupidly tells Don that she's going to go to the news and sing like a bird. And once she said that, I was like, girl, you better stop playing. Anyway, so she thought it was sweet and turned her back on Don, and he grabbed her, threw her behind on the bed, and she fell on the floor and he started choking her. And that was the episode, guys. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't surprised, okay, when Don started choking the crap out of Lilly, because he kept pleading with her and saying, "I'm going to give you one more chance, girl. You know, like, I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to help you." You know what I'm saying? I can't really say that I believe that Don loves Lilly. I do believe that he is fully gay. I mean, she tried to put it to the test again, like, oh, are you bi? And she tried to, come on to him again, and there was nothing. So, he's really with Lilly just for the look of things, okay? In 2020, for whatever reason, this is Don's current situation, okay? He feels like he can't come out of the closet or whatever, as being chief of staff, whatever. I don't know the whole situation. The point is, this is the life of Don, and he's with Lilly just for the look of it, okay? Another thing I wanted to say is, as you can see, no one is really safe in this show, okay? And we don't know how many of these characters will be here for the long haul. I'm not saying that Don is gonna go through with killing Lilly, but she's playing a dangerous game. And you see, they already got rid of Denise. I was pretty surprised about that, And, we just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with Richard. I do hope that he survives. I think he will. But we just don't know. And, Tyler Perry, he ain't going to have no qualms about getting rid of some of these characters or whatever. Because guess what? He recycles them. All right. The girl that played Denise, she's on another Tyler Perry show, so it does not matter. So we cannot just get too comfortable with these characters, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. All right, until next time, you guys be blessed and take care. Bye-bye.